Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to The Sims 4 and welcome to a room build. We're doing a little bit of a small room today, a little bit of a small video, but we got gifted a new base game update recently, and in that update there was a new bassinet. And the new bassinet was specifically the mermaid bassinet, which I think is really pretty. It's like a little shell, it's a little like oyster shell with a little pearl in it. It's very, very cute. Here you can see it on screen. And I really had this idea of like, what could I do with what they give us for like a mermaid nursery? Just something simple, like not necessarily for a mermaid sim, just for a sim whose room is themed mermaid, right? I thought that would be really, really cute. And I started looking online and I saw a lot of really amazing CC. I saw a lot of really amazing builds with that CC. I was like, oh, this is really, really cool. But there wasn't a lot of like just in like with games and packs that, you know, are maybe more EA approved. Nothing against CC, just, you know, sometimes you want to just do with what EA gives you so the game doesn't, you know, fuss kind of thing. And so I started looking at what we had and I was like, I bet you I could make a mermaid room. And I'm going to be so honest with you, it's actually a little bit harder than I anticipated because I kept remembering things that were in the game that I just either couldn't find or had made up. But there were some winners. Obviously there's the fish light and there's now jellyfish lights because of Adventure Awaits, so that was really cool. And then I sort of just tried to find things that were vaguely teal, maybe not too themed. Here we have a crib that's more or less just a box, but it's teal, and I was like, teal will work. I went with some macrame on the windows because I was like, that feels kind of whimsical. I briefly thought about this sort of woodsy crib as well because I wanted the room to be able to move into infants because newborns don't last that long. That's a weird sentence, I phrased that weird, but you know what I mean. So I wanted the room to like kind of grow with you. And again, it kind of just turned into like, how do we make this kind of teal and beachy and watery, which is basically mermaid, right? Like obviously if you had like a little mermaid kiddo, you might want to do something different, but this was more the idea of like, this is just a kiddo who we're doing a mermaid themed nursery for. And then it just became a case of trying to figure out how to like make this all work together in a way that makes sense. I know that that basket, the trash can is pink, but what you can't see from this angle is that it has like a cute, almost like SpongeBob-esque flower on it. I do think I end up changing it. I can't remember for sure. But at first I was like, oh, it has like a SpongeBob flower, which to me screams very obviously nautical because SpongeBob lives under the sea. And here I was trying to figure out, I was trying to make that toy box into like a treasure chest, and I think it kind of works. I think it kind of makes sense. It gets better as we go. I really wish we had like a treasure chest toy box. We do have a treasure chest, but it is just decor, and I was like, well, that's kind of not. I don't know. And then I spent forever trying to figure out wallpaper because I don't know. It like there wasn't like a ton of like nautical wallpaper, but like under the sea nautical wallpaper. There was this, which we do look at for a while, and then I ultimately just went two-toned. This sailboats are cute, but they just weren't like quite the vibe. They weren't like quite the colors. They weren't like quite the look. And I decided to filter by island for a little bit to see if there was like some cute furniture and stuff. Ended up finding like a chair that made sense. Found a different chair that made more sense. I like the egg chair. Now, I'm gonna be so for real with you. In real life, that would suck with a newborn. That chair, not newborn safe at all. That would be so annoying. It doesn't rock. It's probably fairly unstable, but it's a sim, so we can kind of ignore it. And then, so like with this collection of plants and things, because it has like the big monstera leaves in the middle, I was like, it's kind of beachy. It doesn't end up getting moved, and I wish I could have sized it down a little bit, but because it has the mirror, you can't size it down, which is a beef I have had for so long, because you can't size down anything with a mirror in The Sims 4. And the problem is because the game is so cartoony, which is not a bad thing, but sometimes things are just oversized for the sake of being oversized, and you want to like size it down just a little bit to make it fit better or make it make more sense, and you can't because it has a singular mirror in it, and that's really unfortunate, and I've come across it a lot lately. Here's the treasure chest. I wish there was a way to like make that treasure chest a toy chest. That'd be really, really cool. But it's in the room for right now. We do end up doing some different things here. I'm trying to find like a little table situation. And here I was again going with that one because I was like, well, it kind of looks like SpongeBob flowers. Like, that kind of makes sense. Maybe it's coral, you know, that kind of thing. I was trying to figure out, like, the organization here. And I think blue is very calming in general, too, because I think just color theory dictates that it's a much more, like, soft tone. Usually, I mean, obviously, they're very bright blues, but this sort of, like, blue. So it's a bright, pretty room, but I think it'd be fairly calming for a kiddo. Although it's very stimulating in here, to be honest. There's like a lot going on. So like I can see where like maybe a kiddo would need like a little bit of a calmer room, but it's again The Sims, so it's fine. And I love this little sort of kind of teal minty armoire. It's not like specifically beachy, but it kind of gives like antique, and it had like enough floated. I know it technically has like little branches on it, but it was like enough where I was like, we could say mermaid. We could get away with mermaid. Like, I think that'd be okay. And I swear there's more mermaid stuff in this game, but I really struggled to find it. I really just struggled to find things that made sense. I found obviously a lot of fairy stuff because we just had a fairy pack, but I was like, I swear we had more mermaid stuff. So as I figure as soon as I like edit this, put this up on the channel, like let it out for the world to see, I'm almost certain what's going to end up happening is I'm suddenly going to stumble on all kinds of mermaid things. Like, I'm certain about that. Here we're just filling this this little cabinet out because like nothing really wants to slot on this cabinet, which of course, here we're sort of trying to fill it out with things like little one might need. Here we've got maybe some diapers, some diaper cream. I'm trying to put some baskets. I'm trying to make it look like somewhat realistic too, like cute and aesthetic, sure, but also like you need storage and you need things. So, you know, there's different like maybe little creams and stuff. Here's a little basket of like maybe onesies or whatever. Oh yeah, I think I do switch it out with the toys, which I thought was super duper cute. You know, and then of course the fox one, because like, okay, is it mermaidy? No. Is it the cutest thing the Sims team has ever made? Maybe. I really want one in real life, I'm not gonna lie to you. And it just made sense, in my opinion, in a kid's room. It's like a little hamper or like a little toy bin or something. Putting an axolotl up here, again, not super duper like beachy, but close enough that I was like, it's cute, it's a kid's room. You know, by the time they turn into an actual kid, they might be into space or sports or something completely different. So the nautical theme goes out the window anyways. Found some oars from Adventure Awaits, got really excited about that. Put those up, even though, again, a little bit weird. Briefly thought about this. Part of me thought it would be kind of cool. Then I kind of thought better of it because it seemed like maybe a danger. And that little thing over the crib, because it has some blues to it, we're just going to pretend it's a picture of the ocean. I can't really tell for sure. It kind of looks like a picture of the ocean. So we're going to assume that is correct and that it's going to be fine. And then here we're just doing like a little bit more cluttering and things, trying to figure out if there's like a cute shelf or something we can put behind this chair, because this chair kind of felt out in the middle of nowhere, but I also didn't want to like smush it into the corner. Like, that didn't feel like it made a lot of sense. So I was trying to figure out what to put back here. You know, something cute, but something the Sims don't need to access necessarily. Lots of different options. Sometimes with these shelves, when you size them down, the shadows get kind of weird. Also, I don't know what's been up with my game. The lighting bloom, as of late, insane. But here are the screenshots, and I'm just talking your ear off, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I hope you're having a good day and you're feeling loved. And if you're not feeling loved, please know that I love you. I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you're here hanging out. You make the world a better place just by being you. Next up, if I can get it finished, should be a fun, like, almost all glass house, because I was playing with the new glass walls. So hopefully that'll be coming up soon. But anyways, I think that's all for me. Okay, love you, bye! Mwah.